Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about the pricing of the upcoming Steam machine and where I think the price is going to kind of fall in line. It's a product that I'm very much excited for because I am a massive fan of not only video games but the Valve and Steam ecosystem. I've been a day one adopter of the Steam Deck since day one, because I just said day one. I still have the LCD model and I absolutely love it. I use it every single day and I'm extremely excited for the upcoming Valve Steam machine and the new Steam controller. Not so much the VR thing, but the Steam controller and the Steam machine. Definitely, if the VR comes out and maybe a year or two down the line, I might give that a shot. But really, the Steam machine and the Steam controller is what I'm most excited for. So I want to talk about the upcoming price of this console because they have not come out with a price yet. If you guys are new to the channel though, and you're finding me for the very first time, or maybe you've seen a couple of my videos in your recommendation list and whatever, if you guys can just do me a solid, we're really close to getting up to 29,000 subscribers. Can only do that with your support. So if you guys can do me a big favor, just go ahead and click that like and subscribe button. Leave comments in the comment box below. Let the engagement begin. I try to reply to every comment that I see. And if you have a really good comment, maybe question, I'm here to answer your stuff. So let's talk about the upcoming Steam machine, the Valve Steam machine, what the price is going to be. Everybody and their mom seems to have their own opinion on what the price is going to be. When I first saw the announcement of this thing, first thing that popped in my head was this thing is going to be $1,000 to $1,200. And the reason why I feel that way, or at least I felt that way, was because of some of the stuff that Xbox is doing. Xbox has come out, it's no secret to Sarah Bond and Phil Spencer has come out and said, hey, the next Xbox console will be this PC hybrid. Sarah Bond came out and said it's going to be a premium product. And the one thing gamers do not want to hear right now is the word premium. They don't want to hear it, right? Gaming is first of all, everything is expensive. Gas, food, everything, just the cost of living is very expensive. The last thing gamers want to hear is these multi-millionaires come out and go, hey, the next console is going to be a premium console. We want to hear budget. We want to hear consumer friendly. Now, there is a lot of, let's just say, discourse on the internet right now of people saying that the new Steam machine is going to be extremely underpowered and it's not. Like, I don't understand why we have such elitists in the gaming space that feels like, oh, everything has to be like the largest and best, strongest thing ever, right? Digital Foundry came in, said this thing is going to come in around the base PS5. The base PS5 is not a slouch. And in some cases, the base PS5 performs better than the PS5 Pro. Now, look, I have a great PC rig. I have a very, very beefy PC rig, as well as a PS5, an Xbox, a Switch, all that. So I have plenty of consoles to get my high-end gaming. But you know what? Out of my beefy PC rig and my PS5, this is what I do most of my gaming on. I game on this thing in handheld mode. I game on this thing in docked mode. This is where most of my gaming occurs. Now, if I have a big game, let's just say Metal Gear Solid Delta, the new Metal Gear Solid 3 remake, if I want to play that game, I'll play it on my PC rig. I have an HDMI cable and I hook it up to my TV and I play it on my TV. I play it on my PC rig because it doesn't run on the Steam Deck. Doesn't run well on the Steam Deck, but it has been proven to run on the upcoming Steam machine. So, I mean, we're at a point now with games that graphics can only go so high. Now we're in the performance wars where we're talking about how well does the game perform? What is the fidelity of the game? It ain't so much about ultra realistic, and a lot of gamers are starting to get tired of that. We're starting to get tired of the whole Naughty Dog, let's see the character's pupils and pimples and hair move, and each strand of hair does its own little movement. Like, people are tired. There's a market for that. But for the most part, people are just kind of over that. We just want fun games that look and run good enough. Expedition 33 is one of those games that it was a double A game. It was a $50 budget game, and it looks better than most AAA games, and it performs better than most AAA games. We're at a point now where we don't need to have the most high, insane visuals and photorealistic games. We just don't need that. So I think the Steam machine is going to perform well enough. Steam has come out and said that, you know, they went in and they surveyed everybody who plays games on Steam. They survey what everybody's rigged, and they have come out, Valve has come out and said that the Steam machine will perform better than 70% of what their user base is currently using, because they can monitor that stuff. They can monitor the stuff through Steam on how many people are using a 3060 rig or a 2080 rig or a 5090 rig. They can survey that stuff, and they're like, okay, we're gonna go with this because it's the most bang for the price. And I think that's a lot of stuff that I think that's something that a lot of people don't take into account. Man, if you got a 5090 PC, why, like, this is not something that's going to interest you. This is someone for like something for like me who has a rig but also wants to game like a console in either their living room or their bedroom. And you know, like I said, the Steam Deck is that thing for me. I have a dock here, I have a dock downstairs in the living room. I dock this thing, but this thing is starting to show its age a little bit. I mean, I can still play games like Hellblade at 1080p on medium settings at 30 frames per second. Some cases, if I upscale it up to 60 frames per second, Hellblade is a very demanding game. This thing does punch above its weight, but the Steam machine is going to be 6 times stronger. So that appeals to someone like me who is in the Steam ecosystem, who has over 500 games in the Steam ecosystem. If you are someone who wants the cutting edge technology, that you're running a 5090 rig, then you shouldn't even be looking at videos on the Valve Steam machine. You're coming in, and you're coming in with an elitist mindset. We want to hear budget. We want to hear budget and consumer friendly, something that Microsoft and Xbox has completely just missed the whole boat when it came to. Like they just do not read the room when it comes to what gamers are willing to pay and afford nowadays. So I did a whole lot of rambling. Let me talk about what I feel the price point is going to be for this upcoming Steam machine. Of course, there's going to be 2 different price points, because we got 2 different models. We have the 512 gigabyte model, and we have the 2 terabyte model. When you look at something like the Xbox or something, when they do a 2 terabyte, like when they add an additional terabyte to their SSD, usually it goes up about $100. Steam is in a different situation where they can eat a lot of the cost, because so many people buy games on Steam that they make the money back elsewhere. When you look at like the Steam Deck compared to all the other handheld consoles like the Royal Ally, the Lenovo Legion Go, yes, those consoles are stronger than the Steam Deck, but the Steam Deck has Steam OS, right? And what Steam OS is an operating system that allows those games to be optimized and run better. And Valve has this thing sitting at anywhere between 300, 350. You get this thing on sale. The OLED is about 450, 500. Like, so much cheaper than the competitors, because Steam has Steam OS and they can go with lower hardware and get just as good, if not better, performance. So anyway, my thoughts. I think the 512 gigabyte Steam machine is going to come in around, and I'm starting low and I'm figuring high. It's going to come somewhere in there after watching a lot of people's videos. I think the Steam machine, the 512 gigabyte, will come anywhere between $400 to $600. So it could come in at 4, it could come in at 450, could come in at 5, could come in at 550 or 600. So anywhere between that 4 to 600 range, I think that's where that 400 or that 512 gigabyte model is going to come in. And then when we get into the 2 terabyte model, I feel like the 2 terabyte model is going to come in anywhere between, let's say, 800 to 1,000. And the reason why I think that is because once you add the extra storage, the 2 terabyte storage, you go get a 2 terabyte SSD, you're going to pay anywhere between $150 to maybe $200 for a 2 terabyte SSD. So you take that base model, add an extra $150 to it. Let's say the base model comes in at $600, add an extra $200 to it. That comes in around $800. I'm figuring high 1,000, just because if it does come in at 1,000, I don't want that sticker shock. But I think that's going to be the prices of these two consoles. I think you're looking at anywhere between 400 to 600 for the 512 gigabyte model, and then you're looking probably about 800 to 1,000 for the 2 terabyte model. Both, I mean, really, the confirmation is what we're going to have to wait and see. I did not get the terabyte model of the Steam Deck. This is the, I think, either the 256 gigabyte or the 512 gigabyte. I can't remember which one. This is like the cheapest model that they had at the time of launch. That's the model I have. I have a 1 terabyte micro SD card in there, which is great because the Steam machine has a slot for a micro SD card. So I can literally take out the SD card of my Steam Deck, put it in my Steam machine, and I don't have to reformat or anything. My games just automatically play on it. So the ecosystem is really what is driving this thing. I'm super excited for the ecosystem, super excited for this hardware. I have not been this excited for gaming hardware, and it seems like forever. Like when the PS5 and the Xbox Series X came out, yeah, I was intrigued, I was excited, but I felt like we were just getting pretty much the same of what we got the previous console. And when you look at the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, they do just feel like better versions of the PS4 and the Xbox One. Whereas the Steam machine, it really comes down to the Steam ecosystem, the Steam profile, the library, just the community in general when it comes to Steam. Games are cheaper, you have way more exclusives on Steam, and you always constantly have sales. And like I said, the community is so much better. Like the community is really there to help you if you're having problems with a game or something. I love collecting achievements. I love having my whole profile set up with all my achievements and everything. It's just a completely different world. It's something I recently got into about 3 years ago, and I really kind of went all in on Valve and the Steam ecosystem. But that's my thoughts on the pricing coming in on this thing. Is this something that you are interested in? Again, if you are someone who's looking for the cutting edge technology, obviously this is not something for you. This is something for those type of PC gamers that just want a budget console that they can sit back on the couch and play at an affordable price. We keep hearing premium, premium, premium from Xbox, but what we want to hear is consumer friendly and budget. That's what we want to hear. So that's my thoughts on it. If you guys stuck around this long, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Please do me a favor. Go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for everything. And until next time, as always, I am Robert Storms, and that's my opinion.